almost on the second last story. So today let's go through the themes in the story Where is Liwan by David Olemunke. So I had already done these stories before, but the demand from the audience made me go through them again just to separate one thing from the other. So stay put and feel welcome on board. In case you have a question, you are free to raise. You can do that on the comment section or any other area. So let's start from the first theme that happens to be in the story. And of course, at a primary or JSS level, the thematic aspects are differently looked at, even the simple aspects. We go through them. Yeah, so the first theme that is found in this story is farming. So page 50 tells us that Ole Parante had 50 heads of cattle, which his hands had to herd every day near the river. Page 53, we also see that he had to repair the cowshed, you know. That is why the second day, only one of the sons had to go and take care of the cattle. The second theme is mystery. So when we look at mystery, for example, check on page 52. What will you see? When Lesho and Liwan see the black creature floating in the lake, splitting into the parts, it changes direction and begins to head towards them. They run away, and when they look at the direction they see it, it suddenly vanishes and disappears completely. They wonder why fishermen were busy with their work on the other side of the lake. Yeah? So that's mysterious, right? They did not even understand what kind of creature this one is, and it disappears. Then we are going to see that on page 57. No one knows where Liwan got to the island, you know. It's very difficult for such a young boy to get himself to the island, a place he had never been. Even though he was a very good swimmer, he could not go that far, you know. It was a distance from where they used to graze their cattle. Again, as you look at page 57, Liwan comes back, and even though he does not have visible injuries, he is quiet and does not even recognize anyone. Yeah, he had a glossy look in his eyes, something distant that people could not understand. And at the end of the story, we do not know what exactly happened to him, what made him get to this place. It's all a suspense that we get to have here. Checking on page 58, you'll see another mysterious situation. Liwan does not speak for 3 days. He is disoriented, and he can't tell what happened to him. The brother just thinks that it's about the mysterious creature they had seen the first day when they are herding together, but no one tells what exactly happened. Looking at page 58 again, you will see that Shaw wonders whether the brother's absence had been caused by this creature that had moved and had almost approached them, yeah? The bluish creature that had been found in the river that they used to herd and make their cattle, you know, comfortable every day. Again, page 55, Lesho is very secretive, but there's a lot of mystery running through his mind. He keeps quiet about the strange creature they had seen with the brother, imagining that no one could listen to him and they would not think the figment of imagination that he was raising here. The other theme is change. Of course, we see a lot of change in this story. The first thing is the disappearance of Liwan from the place they always had to a different place. When he's found on the island, that is a lot of change, and the fishermen bring him. No one understands how he got there. Another change is in the despondent aspect. He can't speak, he can't even, look at somebody the way he should. He is emotionless, right? Now let's get to the third theme, love and affection. We can actually see a lot of love and affection between Liwan and Lesho, the twins. Looking at page 57, when Liwan is found 3 days after the search, Lesho is relieved, embraces him, and cries a lot because of the deep emotions of having missed his brother. Getting to page 58, Liwan regains his speech after 3 days from the unresponsive aspect, and Lesho really hugs him a lot, sheds tears of joy. That tells us that there is love and affection between the twins. Again, the mother is very loving and affectionate about the twins. No wonder we see that when one of the twins disappears, that is Liwan, he can't concentrate. He's, crying all over morning. And when the son is found, he ululates, a celebration kind of. Page 58 also, the father. The father is, overwhelmed with happiness when the son is found after so many days of search, about 3 days, right? The next theme we have in this story is loss. Loss. And of course, it comes along with pain. Lesho, the father and mother, are at a loss when they realize that Liwan cannot come back home. When the cattle come back home alone, between page 53 and 54, they begin the search for him because they do not understand where he has gone. Now everybody feels the loss in the home, and we see the mother wailing in agony on page 54. We again see communism and help as another theme coming up in the story. When Liwan is lost and the village realizes this, they go about to help in the search. So you see the village elder collects people around and they go looking for him. Between page 53 and 55, what do we see? Once Liwan fails to show up at home, elders are notified and immediately the search parties in different directions go looking for him. They search, for a day and again wake up to search the next day. And the chief still asks people to go on searching until they meet him on the island. We find the role of herbal medicine in this story. Remember at JSS level, I told you there's a difference of themes that some of them you can't find at high school, but they are there in JSS. So we have the role of herbal medicine highlighted in this story. No wonder we see that when Liwan is found after 3 days, he is very silent and unresponsive. The father calls the medicine man that puts special oil on Liwan's palms and prepares the herbal concoction using special herbs. That is page 57. Check on page 58. We'll see that we have medicine men assisting Liwan to regain his speech and to offer that joy to the family. The last theme in this story is sadness. Of course, at high school level, we don't have such a theme, but at JSS level, we have it. So there's a somber mood in the village. The 3 days when Liwan is missing. And we see that the mother is unresponsive. She cries until her eyes swell, and you can check for evidence on page 56. So those are the themes from this story. We've just taken 8 minutes of your time, so take your moment and you can go through this. I'll be showing the notes on the screen. Let me just turn the camera and show you what we've discussed today. We will be discussing the questions once we do the stylistic devices, as we always do. So let me turn the camera and show you the themes, just in case you want to refer. Here we start with the first theme we already discussed. Then we move to the second here. Of course, at this point, I've placed them together because the illustrations are almost similar, but you can separate them comfortably. Then get to the third, or rather fourth, the aspect of hope in the story. You've seen it there, with everyone hoping that Liwan would be found live, right? Page 55. And they said that if he was dead, they hoped that they would at least find or gather evidence of what led to his demise. Then sadness, love and affection and loss, then communism, and the role of herbal medicine. So stay put, adios, till next time as we discuss the styles from this story. If you have any question, you can raise it. Thank you for being a good audience. I saw some people coming live, but they didn't chat. But you can drop a comment later. Thank you.